It's so important to do this in your 20s, and it's important to do this in your 30s. Age-appropriate experiences, they're closing windows that if they pass, you will never get another chance. And if you never get the chance, you're gonna miss out big time in life. So welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. Hanging out with the sheep in the pasture today. And if you don't want to miss out big time in life, then guess what? You're in the right place today. So if that sounds useful to you, make sure to hit the thumbs up. If you learn from this video, please comment. And if you watch my daily video, please turn on the bell notification, because I can't compete with the algorithm and I'm just gonna disappear into your feed somewhere. I'm just not gonna show up if you don't turn that on. So thank you, appreciate you. Let's get into it. So let's start with, what do you need to do in your 20s? And you can do this in your teens too, but it's so important to travel both mentally and physically so that you can discover the world and what's bullshit, what's not bullshit, and what really resonates with you, what the dream life is for you, what you want to do with your life, what career you want with your life, where you want to live. We're not plants. We're not just some scattered seed that gets put and you're stuck there forever. You can transplant, you can move, you can take a different job. We're adaptable, but you really got to try different jobs. So when I say travel, I mean, we'll try living in different states, try living in different countries. And when I say travel, I mean try different jobs, try different hobbies, see what resonates with you, shadow different careers. When I say travel, I mean read a lot of different books, different parts of the world, read a lot of biographies especially, so you can see which is what the options are of things that you can do. For me, most important thing that I've ever done, and it's not important in your 30s, because in your 30s it's become sort of too late. It's still possible, but 40s, 50s is sort of too late. I mean, you can move, you can change your job, but you've limited time. And the thing is, so much of our happiness is in the decades, is in knowing the people for the decades, is in having a depth of knowledge. Like, the longer that you're in the career, the more colleagues, the more depth of understanding, the richer it's going to become, if that's the correct career for you. So if you move late, you move to a new place where you don't know anyone, it's better to do that at 25 than to do that at 55, right? If you move into a new career where you don't know anything, but you're passionate, you're gonna stick with it, it's much better to do that at 27 than 47, right? But if you miss out on these opportunities of travel and adventure and learning and seeing what else is out there, if you miss out on those opportunities in your 20s, you may never get them in your 30s, you may never get them in your 40s. You may be stuck with a life that's okay, but is not your choice. A life that is just by random leaf in the wind, this is where I was blown, this is where I'm going to stay. So it's so important to you when you're young to adventure. And the thing is, the youngest you're ever going to be is watching this video right now. So no matter how old you are, now is the time to do it if you haven't done this. Unless, age-appropriate experience, 30 is the time to start a family. 30 is the time to have kids. Some of y'all could do it in your 40s, but pretty much 30s. Once that's set, you become a lot more limited, because your obligation becomes on not just having the kids, but providing a good life so that your offspring is going to be successful, and that causes you to have more obligation in terms of financial, and it gives you less money for yourself and less adventure to play with. And that's a great goal. Like, that's something that can, whether it makes you happy or not, but bring you fulfillment in life, is having your herd, right? But it's a sort of different life. It's age appropriate. So in your 20s, you really want to have your adventure and travel and explore and decide, this is why I'm doing this, and this is where I'm going to live for this reason, right? I said for me, I found out I was super unhappy in Seattle. I grew up in Seattle for 22 years. I'm way happier in Hawaii for a lot of reasons. For me, it's I look like people here. I don't think about racism. It's because I'm such a sun child, like sunflower. I need so much sun. It's great weather for me. I'm such a water baby. I love being in the water. It's a great situation for me. I used to drive to or bicycle to the pool every night for years. Now I could just go swim in the ocean. It's warm year round. Agriculture, I tried so many different things: marketing, business, consulting, was a professional gamer. I worked in the restaurant industry. I was a server. I worked in a legal office. I worked as a sports coach. I worked in gaming. Worked at Wizards of the Coast, or interned there. I did so many different jobs, tried so many different things. I found out I really like working on the farm. I like working outside. I like working with agriculture, and now it's so exciting for me. I don't know if I'm gonna live right here on this land for the next decade, 2 decades, but it's been 4 years, it could be. But I'm excited for spend the rest of my life living in Hawaii out here, learning, working with sheep, getting closer with sheep, training sheepdogs, growing food, being outside, swimming in the ocean, working with nature. I'm so excited to do that for decades, and so glad I didn't miss out on it, because I didn't travel, I didn't open my mind. And again, it's not just, oh, I traveled to Hawaii, oh, I traveled here. I traveled to a lot of places randomly, and a lot of them didn't really resonate with me. I spent a lot of time in Europe, probably won't be back, no need. But I read a lot of books. It was the books about shepherding that got me excited about it. It was the blue zones that got me interested in community living, right? It's just also these books, like when I couldn't travel, when I was stuck in the basement, to read the biographies of what happy people are doing, or what's possible. So I urge you, the younger you are, to just get out there, take a lot of risks, dabble, try a lot of things, and commit when you're ready. And yeah, for me also, I'm probably going to be glad that I'd like to have my wife and start my kids in the 30s, and I'm in my 30s now, but I'm going to be glad that I dated and have had a variety of girlfriends and know what works for me, what doesn't work for me. I'll probably be glad for that too. So that's part of traveling as well. 20s is a time for impermanence, 30s is a time for commitment. But I mean, you can commit in your 20s, but the sooner you can find out, the better. If you're a lucky person, you know what you want to do with your life, and you're certain when you're younger. But you're probably going to find out it's different, that you're wrong. Like, I wanted to be a professional athlete, a professional competitor. It led to me being a pro gamer. I did it. It was okay. I mean, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, but this is better. What you're seeing is better. What I'm doing now is better. It's simpler and it's easier. It's less stress. Like, I mean, just look. This is I'm very happy. And imagine having a trained sheepdog with me, and imagine having more land, and imagine having more sheep. But what I have is good enough. And looking into the future. So again, if I hadn't been open to trying a bunch of different things, I never would have got here in my 20s. In 30s, I have a lot of commitment in my life now. I don't have a lot of freedom. These animals need me. I'm needed in my job. I'm pretty nested and rooted here, and I hope for you for the same thing. So your 20s, figure it out. 30s, commit to it, and then 40s, I'm not sure yet. I'm a ways away from there. 40s is sort of, for me, is probably just going to be. I haven't thought about it enough. 30s is the starting, I suppose, is the commitment of the starting. 40s, I'm going to go through with it. 40s will be raising the kids and getting deeper into all this. So I'm excited for 40s too. But yeah, I haven't thought enough 40s, 50s, 60s. I'll get there when I get there. I'm just thinking about what I need to do and what I got done in my 20s, now what I need to do in my 30s, or it'll be too late. If I don't have kids in my family in my 30s, or by early 40s, it's gonna be too late, right? So some things, we're under a time crunch here in life. Age appropriate experiences. Okay, if you found that useful, comment down below. If you found that helpful, comment down below where you're gonna go, what book you're gonna read, where you're gonna study, what you're gonna try. You don't need to know what you're gonna do, but you need to put yourself out that you can try some different things. Okay, so appreciate you, much love, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. And again, if you don't have the bell notification, turn it on, because otherwise, just probably not going to pop up one day and you're going to forget about me unless you know to look for me. Check out these fields. There's our salad field back here. Not a perfect life, but it's a nice life. And I'm glad I'm not in some cube in the city in Seattle, which easily could have happened for me. Short hair. I was gonna say button-up shirt, but I'm wearing a button-up shirt for this video. Yeah. Made it, fam. You can too. Okay. Say bye to the sheep. Peace.